Khalil Rountree is a PED user. Now, he recently failed a drug test that got his fight against Jamal Hill at UFC 303 canceled, and I feel like the MMA media has kind of made light of this situation, and I haven't seen any videos discussing it, but I wanted to decipher more information on exactly what he tested positive for and whether or not I think he's guilty. So that is exactly what I'm going to do in today's video. I'm going to give you a bit of a scientific breakdown of exactly what he was taking and then determine whether I believe he's guilty and deserving of punishment. So make sure you guys smash the likes. If you're new, subscribe it up. Khalil has claimed innocence. He did go to Twitter and essentially blamed everything on a tainted supplement with an incorrect blend. Now, fighters have claimed this before. I do like that he claims to have immediately contacted the vice president of anti-doping, Jeff Nowitzki. Whether this is 100% true or not, I don't know. Now, DHEA is a non-performance enhancing banned substance, is something that he says. This is not actually a true statement. So we're going to look into exactly what he was taking. What is DHEA? I spent some hours figuring out what it is. It is dehydroepiandrosterone. DHEA is a lot easier to say. Now, it's a hormone produced by the adrenal glands. Why does this matter? Well, it's the mother to testosterone and estrogen, and it's being known in the natural bodybuilding space as a secret weapon. Up until yesterday, when I started digging into this, I thought DHEA was a complete gimmick and not something that actually had value and use. But looking at the scientific literature, we're going to look at some science afterwards. There's a lot of promise with this supplement, and I see why it's on the banned substance list. What Khalil is saying, it being non-performance enhancing, is just simply untrue. It certainly is. It slows the aging process. It improves adrenal hormones, testosterone, right? It's an adrenal hormone, up to the natural limit. So you can get it at peak levels. It reduces depression. I know Khalil Rountree has gone through a bit of a mental transformation alongside of the physical transformation, and DHEA has benefits for the mental space, which that's also an interesting note. It was popularized by Leroy Colbert. He was the first man to have 21-inch arms, and he is a hardcore proponent of it, and I dug into his opinions on everything, and that is where I found some of this information on this page. There is some truth to what he's saying, too. The science is going to back it, and you can see Leroy below me. The dude was absolutely stacked with muscle, and he lived to like 82 years of age. So maybe he was a true natural, and this is the secret weapon that, for whatever reason, has kind of been pushed under the rug by most athletes in sport. I know it's banned in the majority of sports, but I don't ever hear it being talked about. And, you know, Khalil Rountree is pushing that, oh, I was taking a non-performance enhancing supplement. Concerning. So the next page we're going to jump to is the science. What does this science say? Well, I dug into some studies and I brought some cliff notes. Now, DHEA replacement, so the taking of DHEA, which is a hormone in the body, significantly enhances effects of resistance training. This was massive because having more muscle, which you see, it increases muscle hypertrophy and strength, is a valuable asset in fighting, and I would say specifically in the higher weight classes. Now, another thing here is increase in serum IGF-1 concentration, so it leads to more growth hormone production, I believe. That's massive too for a fighter, to have more growth hormone in the system, a little bit stronger with more muscles. And let's be fair, Khalil Rountree has overgone a crazy transformation in his UFC career. We'll pull up some pictures of him when we get to the other slides. Increases testosterone levels by 25%. That's the biggest one that jumped out on the page. If you remember a while back, Bobby Green actually tested positive for testosterone and blamed it on DHEA supplementation. And again, it's something that got pushed under the rug. I actually watched More Plates, More Dates video on it. And he kind of made the narrative say that no, DHEA isn't much of a performance benefit. There is no enhancement to it. But I don't think that's true. And there's science that is backing increases in testosterone, increases in muscle hypertrophy and strength. And I feel like the IGF-1 concentration is even a bigger factor, right? Having more growth hormones got to lead to better recovery, better tendon strength, better bone density potentially. There's a lot of massive factors here that I think have been underplayed with DHEA, and I'm starting to understand why it is a banned supplement in majority of sports, because there is a true benefit to it. And Khalil Rountree was not taking a non-performance enhancing supplement, even though he claims that. But now that he said that, it makes me wonder a bit more if maybe this was an intended plan to take DHEA and it probably not to show up on a drug test. And then if getting caught, the best way to play it is by being sweet, sincere, and owning up to it. But keeping it like, no, it wasn't a performance enhancing drug. It wasn't with the intention of being better than my opposition. It was a complete accident. Now, I'm not sure for certain that Khalil Rountree is a liar. I can't say that. I don't have a damn lie detector on him. I don't know. But what I do know is he tested positive for a banned substance that is performance enhancing. And what he said about it being not performance enhancing is simply untrue. So now we'll go to the next page here. Khalil Rountree. Is Khalil Rountree guilty? Now, he's claimed innocence and he's claimed to have unknowingly taken DHEA. He's undergone a pretty impressive transformation in his mixed martial arts career. I mean, I'll bring up some pictures here for you guys to see. Because when you think of Khalil, you always think of a jacked fighter. But truth to be told, he didn't look as good as he does now early on in his run. So I have this image here from early in his fighting career. I'm just going to fill the screen up with it. Now, the lighting's not perfect, but you can see he was nowhere near as muscular there as he is currently. And now, sure, the body can naturally put on muscle as you age, your density of muscle increases, the muscle maturity, whatever. I know the bodybuilding terminology and thoughts, but supplementation of DHEA would probably make it even better. And then there's him afterwards. Look how stacked he is now. He's freakishly jacked. Khalil Rountree is freakishly jacked. It worries me a bit. I don't know. The possibility of him having taken PEDs, trying to take DHEA to close the gap and maybe increase testosterone levels because he was in Thailand for an extended period of time when he underwent a tremendous transformation, not only with his fighting, but his physical appearance. And Thailand has legal steroids. You can go to Thailand and buy testosterone. You can buy probably things that I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe you can buy Deca. I don't know what else they're selling over the counter. Are they selling maybe Winstrol? I don't know. Are they selling Turinabol like John Jones was taking? Maybe. It's legal in Thailand. A lot of fighters go there because you're not getting drug tested in Thailand and you can take some stuff. Now, are these conspiracy theories? Sure. But I think there's evidence that it's true for some. Now, I'm not saying Khalil is a definite steroid cheat. I don't have evidence of that. But there are things that line up. DHEA to increase the testosterone levels. Maybe his testosterone levels dwindled from previous PED usage. Now, this is a big maybe. I'm not saying for certain, but why would he be taking DHEA? And granted, I know that his claim is it was a mistake, but he was taking it and there was potentially intent behind it. And if there is intent behind it, I believe a 25% increase in testosterone is massive for a fighter. Another thing to note that I don't have written in the is Rountree guilty slide here is fighters naturally, because of getting hit in the head, notice a slightly increased decline in testosterone levels as opposed to like counterparts in athletics who wouldn't be getting hit in the head. So taking something that allows the body to optimize production of testosterone, it makes a lot of sense. And maybe it should be legalized to allow fighters to close some gaps, but then everybody has to take it. Now, regardless of the claims, there have been benefits. The benefits have been had. He's seen them. I don't know how long he was on it. I don't know how long he was taking the blend. We've seen crazy transformation with Khalil, as I brought up, and I believe that still there's been an unfair advantage that has been had from him taking it. He's also looked better than he ever has in recent fights, specifically knocking out Anthony Smith, which has really emerged him as a top contender in the weight class and set him up for a massive fight against Jamal Hill. Was it all because of PEDs? No, hard work was in. But maybe there was a little secret sauce in the mix. To just blindly say I'm going to take him at his word, I would like more extensive testing. I want to find out more. I know USADA's gone, so he's one of the first victims of popping. And I'm telling you, it got swept under the rug. Nobody's talking much about it. And there's no in-depth analysis on what he's taking. They just take it at his word. DHEA, it's a non-performance enhancer. It's absolutely a performance-enhancing drug. And maybe anybody that's not fighting should be taking it because it seems like it has some great benefits. Is Rountree guilty? I'm going to say yes, he is guilty. And I think he should be punished for this. No less than a 3-month suspension. And I'm being light with the 3-month suspension. I initially was thinking I would suspend him 6 months to make example of him. But because of his innocence claims, and if it holds true that he immediately contacted Jeff Nowitzki, 3 months. But if that is not a true statement, and that turns out to be a lie, 6 months. Testing throughout the suspension, and we need clean tests for him afterwards before he's able to come back. I'm sure that's something that's going to, actually happen. He's going to be eligible to fight probably in August, but if they give him 6 months, it's in November. I'm going to say this. It is a forgivable offense, and I'm not going to consider him a steroid cheat. But he did use legal performance-enhancing drugs. It is legal to the common person. It is legal to the non-professional athlete, but it is illegal in combat sport. It is a PED. It is a hormone, and it does have significant performance benefits regardless of maybe being like an underrated supplement as well. And I'm going to say, potentially other fighters may take it and not have had benefits, and certain people maybe tried it and didn't notice benefits. There could be potentially more benefit to some than others. I mean, I got to kind of stand on the early slide that I brought up. I mean, Mr. 21-inch arms is backing it, saying that it was something that led him to a lot of success in his career. And people say, oh, maybe he was just hyping up because he's on steroids. He actually owns supplement companies and hyped this up as the best supplement to take, but it was supposedly dirt cheap, not only to make, but to sell. Like, he wasn't making a tremendous turnover as far as finances. I think this is a true statement by Leroy Colbert as, yes, the gains come from this and it's a secret weapon. And honestly, in natural bodybuilding, they're always looking for the crutch. And I would say DHEA is it. So Khalil Rountree, in my opinion, is guilty. He does deserve to be suspended. And it's unfortunate because Khalil's always seemed like a pretty gem of a guy, nice dude, good person at heart, but he was taking performance-enhancing drugs. Whether it was intentional or not, we don't know for sure. But I am going to treat him as a first-time offender with just a lighter suspension. I don't think you got to give him 6 months. Let's go 3, especially if the phone call is true. Now, if it is not true, though, if this was a lie, it's 6 months, and now I'm worried he's taken other things in the past. It's a forgivable offense. I'm going to say that. I don't think you guys should be calling Khalil Rountree a steroid cheat for the rest of his career. I don't. Even though I've been harsh on him a little bit here today, you look at this final slide, I'm giving him some of the benefit of the doubt, but he was taking a performance-enhancing drug. So that statement that he made right here, okay, although DHEA is a non-performance-enhancing, okay, that is not true. It's not true one bit. It is a performance-enhancing drug. There are significant benefits, especially for a mixed martial artist, and he deserves to be punished. Does he deserve a year suspension? No. 2 years? Absolutely not. A lifetime ban? No. 3 to 6 months suspension, but we don't ridicule him as a steroid cheat forever. I hope I gave you guys a little bit more insight to what he tested positive for, what this DHEA is, because I had heard of it years ago, but I really didn't have any idea of true benefits to it. And if I wouldn't have done any research on it, I probably would have assumed what the masses did and what Khalil said is, that's no performance gains. You're not getting anything out of it. But no. It has benefits. It's a PED, and it is cheating to take this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this more scientific-based video, the first of its kind for me, so definitely let me know what you thought in the comments. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you all so much. Smash the like button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those post notifications turned on. Special thanks to my girlfriend who's studying endocrine physiology in medical school right now and gave me more of an in-depth insight on where to find all the information and sending me some links. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching. Daily content coming. Keep it locked in. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out.